Is your mic on?
Yeah, I think it is.
You good? Okay, we're live. We're live. Cool. All right, bet. I think we're good. All right. Sound check, good? 1, 2, 3, good? Good? All right. How to get an edge on your competition and make your doubters into believers. What's going on, everybody? Your Money Smart guy, Matt Sapaula here, hailing to you from the Money Smart Movement headquarters of PHP Agency right here out of Oak Brook, Illinois, with my man, co-hosting today with me, Mr. Juan Maldonado. What's going on, Juan?
Hey, what's going on, Matt? Yeah, yes,
Glad
sir.
you're here, man.
Oh, thanks for having me. Absolutely. What's going on, everybody?
Good, good. This is a very good day today. You know? We had a very good day. We're still we're about another 2 hours into celebration mode. And,
something like that.
Yeah, we have a rule here. Something goes good in your business, something goes good in your life. Celebrate for about 24 hours, and then get back to work.
That's right.
You know,
back at it.
And so, for those of you who are with us today, you know, we're talking about getting an edge. And thank you for joining us, and thank you for being part of our podcast. This is so cool. We're on Fresh Air Network here with Kavan. Say hi, Kavan. And so we're just excited about this is our second podcast that we're doing with his help, his assistance. And we're hosting it here right out of our office. And we're just excited about this professional atmosphere and the professional flair that you're putting on here, my man. So appreciate you doing that. Cool. For those of you tuning in, this is a live stream. We want to connect with veteran entrepreneurs. We want to connect with entrepreneurs. We want to connect with people in sales that are trying to grow a business, trying to grow a ministry, trying to go do something big for themselves because they want something to show for instead of something to owe for. So, yep. Juan, you've got something. Tell us a little bit about your background, Juan. You know, for those of you that don't know Juan Maldonado, a lot of you know me. If you don't know me, that's my fault. I'm a veteran entrepreneur. Been an entrepreneur now for 19 years. I was in the Marine Corps for 8 years on active duty. And one thing we have a commonality here right now with Juan is that we're both veterans. I was in the Marine Corps and he was in the Navy.
Correct.
So Juan, tell us a little bit about your career background as we jump into getting an edge on our competition.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thank you so much for having me on. I'm still jacked up from last night. We had some bombshell announcements that just hit in the last 24 hours. We couldn't sleep. I woke up early. I got kids that wake me up at 6 a.m. no matter what time I go to bed. And
he's got, by the way, he has twins. I have twins. Crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So, I started.
Military thing?
It might be. All the radioactive stuff. Yeah, and all them shots they give us. Maybe, man. I don't know.
Twins, I don't know. Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe. I started my career so shortly after left high school, and didn't have immediate plans right away. I didn't get accepted into the school that I wanted. I really wanted to know what was I going to do with my career. So I joined the military. I joined the Navy. I really wanted to see the world. I thought that would be the best opportunity for me to do so. Be on, there's more sea than there is land. So I just figured that, that would probably be the way that I wanted to go.
Did he just call himself a seaman?
Yeah, I was for a little bit. But shortly after, when we got out of the military, I was stationed in Japan for about 3 years. Did a little bit of time in Pensacola, Florida, because I was in aviation, and then I went to San Diego to learn my aircraft, H-60 helicopters. I think you were actually in the Blackhawks, man.
No kidding.
We call them Seahawks. We paint them gray. It's the same bird.
Seahawks,
yeah.
Right? Nice.
But it's the same bird, and so shortly getting out of there, I really thought, I'm like, well, maybe I can do this. Maybe I can go into aviation afterwards. 4 years of the military, I don't want to touch an aircraft ever again. So I come back, I go to school, I have my GI Bill, veterans grant, things like that. So I go to NEIU, graduate, I have a bachelor's degree, only to find that, the year that I graduated, I went to school for education, but 51 schools shut down in the Chicago-land area. So I had to find a different career path.
I didn't know that about you.
Yeah, man.
Really?
Yeah. So then, so I started working. Right, I was just working in driving a forklift in a warehouse. I'm dating the girl that I think I'm going to marry. I'm like, listen, I got to put some money together. I got to put some things together. So let me just suck it up for a little bit. Put it together, got married, bought the house, and then shortly after I left there, I took a position. I started applying for what I called a big, sexy company. I wanted a big, established company. I thought that's the way that you move in your career. I started working for JP Morgan Chase.
I want to be a big, sexy company, be corporate, secure, right?
Move
up the ladder.
Let me move up the ladder. Let me do this. Like, I can do this for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. And that's really where I saw myself. I wanted to be in a place where I could have my own office, little tie, the whole thing. I wanted to excel there.
Something about the Navy and then wanting a pink tie from Chase. Huh?
Yeah, something like that.
Must have something to do with it.
That's like the one tie that I kept from Chase, to the pink one. I gave the rest of them away. But I came to find out that corporate world is exactly what it is. That you do. Just enough not to get fired. They give you just enough so that you don't quit, and there's really no growth the way that I thought that it was going to happen. I saw a guy that was there for 8 years. They were promising things to him when he was in his 3rd and 4th year because he was up and coming, and then he got passed up. I'm like, listen, I can end up kind of being like this guy. So that's the corporate world. Connected with one of my very good friends who recently became an agency owner here in our firm.
Becky Hedberg.
Yeah. She didn't give up on me, and she said, listen, I think you're meant for more. And we came here. I started running with her. I started helping her run her agency. Just recently got her and helped her get promoted to her a very prestigious position here within our firm. I'm super proud of her, but thankful for the shot and the opportunity to be here. Now I'm starting to excel and start running my own deal as a director here at the firm, soon to run my own agency. But that's a little bit of the path in the career that I've been taking in the past.
So education, corporate career, and now entrepreneur.
That is correct.
Navy veteran.
Yes.
All that stuff. So, hey, listen, if you're in the military or transitioning out, or you're an entrepreneur altogether, I consider entrepreneurship right away. He considered entrepreneurship after getting beat up in the real world by corporate America, and the same result now is that we're working both for ourselves.
Yeah,
and that's the best part, ain't it?
Man, that's the best part. I don't know what it's like to have a boss anymore.
Oh, crazy! I mean, psychologically, we're just like a boss, you know. So let's talk about getting an edge. That's the topic of discussion today. So, what was your edge, Juan? So when we're talking about an edge, and by the way, we would love to recommend a book for you guys. Our CEO founder, my mentor, Patrick Bet-David of CEO founder of PHP Agency and host of Valuetainment, just got included into Entrepreneur Magazine. We should have brought the magazines in, but if you pick up this month's Entrepreneur Magazine, our CEO founder of PHP Agency and mentor is in Entrepreneur Magazine right before you see the full article on Gary Vaynerchuk, on Gary V.
Yep.
And that's 100,000. If he was an advertiser, that'd be $100,000 ad placement. Mm-hmm. And so Patrick we didn't pay for none of that. So they said, we're going to do this as a favor to you, to put a page in there, because we're the #1 channel. Valuetainment as a we. Yeah. But our CEO founder is not a we because he mentors us and coaches us. We're part of his company. Yeah. But PHP Agency's CEO founder, Patrick Bet-David, is the #1 channel on YouTube for entrepreneurs. Yeah. And we're very proud of him. Let's give Patrick Bet-David a round of applause, man.
Patrick. Hey, congratulations, man.
That's huge.
Love the spread on Entrepreneur Magazine. Oh man, it's awesome. It looks awesome.
And he got on us to read this book called Relentless, written by Tim Grover. If you don't know Tim Grover is a world-renowned championship coach, coaching Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade, and he wrote this book, How to Go From Good to Great to Unstoppable. So I don't know about you, but we want to be unstoppable when it comes to our finances.
Absolutely.
We want to be unstoppable when it comes to our success. We want to be unstoppable when it comes to our growth.
Yep.
And if you're watching this right now and that jacks you up, man, keep watching, sharing it, commenting. Let us know. By the way, if you're commenting right now, let us know where you're from.
Yeah.
We like to interact with you guys too as well. It's just not a one-way conversation. So let's talk about getting a slight edge, getting an edge on competition, because right now we're entering the summer season, and we've made a decision that we want to change our financial lives. We're not happy with where we're at. It's crazy that we're both working for ourselves. We're not happy with where we're at. Why? Because we feel that if we're making decent money right now, good money right now, imagine if we help more people.
Yeah.
We can make some great money, making greater impact. So we're never satisfied. We're never happy. I say that tongue in cheek because my first year in business, my wife and I, we made $204,000. Our second year in business, we made $646,000. Our half year in business, we're already at $415,000. So we've made more money this year. We doubled up this year already by the end of May what we made in all of 2015. So we have an exponential growth factor. It's not just a 2% pay raise like we're expecting in the military.
Man. Yeah.
And the best part of it, we're coaching other people like Juan to do it, and he's doing the same too as well. Juan, real quick, are you making more money now as an entrepreneur than you are as an employee?
Yeah, absolutely. So I was just having a conversation with somebody where they're like, "Hey man, is this thing really working for you?" I mean, I remember you being at the bank, you know, and I was like, I run a business, man. We're in a highly profitable industry. We help a lot of people, but listen, I don't know how to tell you this, and maybe I could just show you what my checks look like. You follow me on my Instagram or on my Facebook. I'll just show you my check. Is, you know, I earned it myself. I didn't have to take it from a boss. I haven't had a paycheck from anybody in the last 2.5 years. So you know, I now make in a week what it used to take me a month to make for the big sexy corporate bank.
Not bad for a Navy veteran.
Yeah,
you're making more in a week than
Yes.
what you used to make as a salaried employee at the bank.
Yeah,
as a relationship banker.
That is correct. Yeah.
All because you decided to take a leap.
That's it, man. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. I needed a way to find the way out, and I had to kind of get my own ego out of the way and really give myself and my family an opportunity and a shot. And
but in the meantime, though, you're getting some shame, you're getting some heat, you're getting some doubters on you, man.
Yeah.
You sure you want to leave the bank?
Yeah.
Friends, family, coworkers?
All of that. My manager, she can't think outside of the manager box, right? So she can't.
Is she still a manager?
Oh yeah, she's still. So I have two. One of them that is no longer a manager. She was demoted, and then I have another one that is, that is still a manager. Just that's still her game. She just can't think outside of that manager box because they pay her just enough to continue to run these branches. And you know, like, listen, I don't know. You're never going to think this big because or big enough or your potential when you're kept right under this lid. So she just can't see it, and it's unfortunate.
By the way, quick shout outs to Miriam Upchurch Berry. She's watching us from her school right now on the Chicago's West Side. What's going on, Miriam? Melissa Lopez says, "What's up?"
Hey, what's
going on, Melissa Lopez? Irving Santiago from Miami. What's going on, brother? And of course, we got Noel Aisa Berry. What's going on, everybody? Thanks for commenting on our Facebook live stream. So let's dive right into it. So this is summer 2017. Listen, most of your competition, most of your doubters are looking to take it casual in the summer.
Yep.
They're going to be distracted with weddings. They're going to be distracted with extended barbecues, parties, gatherings, get-togethers, graduations. What else? What else? Vacations, long extended vacations, if they can afford to go on vacations. So majority of the people that you're competing against or some of your doubters are going to be doing just that. And if you want to get an edge on them, what do I mean by that? You want to start doing circles around them. You want to prove them wrong. You want to show them that you're going from somewhere to be financially independent, that you're going from zero to hero. Right, you're going from chump to champ. So how do you get an edge? All right, what were some of the distractions you did? What was the normal routine for you and your wife? What was the normal routine before you even consider entrepreneurship? What were you being? What were you seeing as a normal thing, but now you see it as a distraction?
As a normal thing, coming home from work, you're putting in your 40, 50 hours a week. My wife also, she works for UIC here in Chicago. We would come home, have dinner. This is before kids. So come home, have dinner, throw on the TV, spend the next 2-3 hours on the couch. We had our lineup of shows that we would watch. religiously. This is what comes on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday.
Their
right?
show
And so-
lineup.
Yep, absolutely.
TV is a
And then-
distraction.
That's a distraction. That's a major, like, you don't ever get that time back. You just sit there like, dude, I've been on this couch for 2-3 hours, and now it's like, okay, now it's bedtime. Turn this thing off, brush your teeth, so on and so forth.
Rinse, repeat tomorrow.
Yeah, that's it. The exact same thing the next day, and I'm looking forward to getting home so that I'm not at work.
Yeah.
But when I get home, it's just like I do more of nothing.
Yeah. Our insurance industry, the insurance industry that we're in,
Yep.
they take it casual during the summer.
Yep.
Some of these insurance companies have summer hours. I mean, do entrepreneurs have summer hours?
Absolutely not.
Do entrepreneurs have 40, 50, 60-hour work weeks? Somebody says, hey Matt, I work 40, 50, 60 hours a week as an entrepreneur, man, I work a lot. I said, what? You work 40, 50, 60 hours as an entrepreneur? Like, yeah, and you say you work a lot? Says, yeah, listen, I used to work 40, 50, 60 hours a week. I used to have a part-time job. Listen, if you want to build a business and get an edge on your doubters, get an edge on your competition, you got to reconsider putting more work into your business.
Yeah.
Stop taking it easy when everybody's taking it easy. So that's assuming, if you're watching this, that you're serious about changing your life, that you're serious about turning your finances around. If you're serious, continue watching. So here's why. So here's why you got to get a slight edge. Number one, it breaks the pattern. Juan decided to break the pattern. He decided to change his thinking. He decided to change his TV time. Looking back now, do you miss TV?
No, man, I don't even. I know you mentioned a couple of shows that you watch whenever you're like, man, check out the show, and they're great shows, right? Like Billions, you're telling me about,
Yeah.
and it's like, man, because we're in the financial industry, and I'm like, man, I don't even have that channel. Like we got rid of like everything but like the basics, so that my wife can still watch like the news or whatever it might be. She's got a couple of shows she watches still like on the weekends, but man, I don't even miss it. Like I don't think about, like, that's such a waste of time. I'll tell you.
So how did you reinvest that time then?
So now I'm in the office, right? So I'll
instead
spend
of TV time, it's office time.
I'm office time, yeah. So
Phone call time.
I don't think about 5 o'clock. I think about 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Now might be a good time for me to reach out to my client. Now might be a good time because they just got home. Might now be a good time for me to reach out to them because the husband and the wife are home, and I like to have a conversation with both of them.
See, employees think time.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurs think results.
Yes.
Entrepreneurs are in a results economy.
Yeah.
Employees are in a bureaucratic economy, right? Like outside of this desk and this show, unless I'm in a conversation or unless I'm doing this show right now, unless I'm doing something productive, I'm not here. I'm not a bureaucrat that has to sit behind his desk to rule his business, to run his business. I'm out making phone calls. I'm out shaking hands. It's kind of cool that we never eat lunch alone.
Never eat lunch alone. Yeah.
And our lunches are tax deductible.
Yes. Yeah, man.
Kenya Frampton says, "What's up, Matt and Juan?" Christian Ortiz said, "What's up?" Keith Brooks.
What's
Good
up,
to see you,
man?
Keith Brooks, here from this past Saturday.
Yes, sir.
Summer is PCS season in the military. New faces to help. That's
Yeah,
right.
he's a
Nina
veteran.
Bass Night is also on too as well.
Both of them are veterans.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Keith Brooks is a veteran. Nina Bass Night is a veteran.
Yep, that's right. What's up, man?
Keith Brooks is in the Air Force, and Nina is in the Army. Cool. So, all right. Now, our saying here is, if you want something that you never had, you got to be willing to do something you've never done. So, think about getting an edge. Think about some of the things that you normally relaxed. TV. You mentioned TV.
Yeah.
Are we saying not to go to graduation? Are we saying not to go to birthday parties? Are we saying not to go to barbecues? Absolutely not. I'm just saying that don't be there all day. Right? Like, check in, check out. Like, hey, listen, I got to go. What? I got a business to run. A business to run? Who's your boss? Myself. Well, you can't tell yourself to be here? Listen, I got a business to run. Because here's what I'm thinking. By the way, I'm wearing a shirt on Chicago-ATL. You can get this Money Smart shirt. We'll put a link here. We can get these shirts on. It's sold on the Oscar Mike website. We're very thankful for Oscar Mike for being our brand partner. But this is an Chicago-ATL shirt. We treat our business like an athlete. Right? For a season of our life. We're talking about the summer season.
Yep.
But we're not talking about forever. But we're talking about a season of your life. When are you going to put in the work? When are you going to sacrifice? When are you going to turn off the TV? When are you going to trade TV time for office time? When are you going to trade looking at the clock for, listen, let me look for results? When are you going to do that? So Here's the deal. Let's talk about some doubters. Who are your initial doubters, and maybe people that maybe were double thinking and putting some disbelief in you? Like, man, is this real thing for me to do?
You know, for me, it was a lot of the people that I went to school with. You know,
At NIU?
You know what? Not even at NIU. Like high school people, like people that I
Really?
like my
At
circle.
Morton?
Yeah,
There's some doubters at
man.
Morton?
Yeah. So I hung out with.
Yeah, we both went to Morton West, man. Morton West, Morton.
Represent baby.
Mustangs, baby. We both have PhDs. Public. At least I have a PhD. I have a public high school diploma.
That's
right?
right.
At least he's
That's
got a
right.
college degree. But cool.
Yeah, so you know, my the circle that I run with, you know, a lot of them actually went to school. They went to college. They got their bachelor's or their master's, so on and so forth. So they're selling me their path. And dude, I went to college. I went to school, but what am I supposed to do when the job doesn't exist when I get out? You know, you're part of the 17% that actually got a job in your field. Congratulations. You know, the 83% that don't. So, you know, it is what it is. So there's you know. There's this initial like, well, you're doing a thing. You're not really. I mean, unless you're actually in your career or fighting or going back to get your master's degree, like I was thinking about doing before this opportunity presented itself to me. You know, I think that's where I started getting a lot of my initial stuff. My family, not so much my family. My mom they just don't know exactly what I do. So they don't ask, they don't probe, they don't anything. And I'm like, man, I want to help you. I want to help. You know, my mom is a client of mine a couple of times over. But then after that, there's nobody else that she really says, hey, let me connect you with somebody else. Let me, you know, because she doesn't really understand what it is that we're trying to do here. You know, that's really the initial like if you don't take the traditional routes, there must be something wrong that because I can't wrap my head around it. Kind of like my manager that can't think outside of her box. If it's not the way that this is structured, this corporate, this ladder, this 5 years in, 10 years in, 20 years, you know, whatever, then it can't be real. And I
gotta admit, when I was in my 20s and 30s, a lot of my friends and family that I grew up with and respected, that I respected them, and you know, we partied together and grew up together, cousins, whatever the case may be. I decided to go the entrepreneur route, and for me, I needed to go into business for myself because I had to support my two boys. And in my late 20s, when I got the military, it was finally in my late 20s, early 30s, they were getting the new cars. They were getting the houses. They were getting married with the nice bombing ass weddings. Right? Toys galore for Christmas. And I felt guilty. The whole time. I feel guilty. I'm like, how am I going to get ahead? So a lot of self-doubt was for me. That was my competition. My competition was self-doubt, disbelief. Will I ever get a new car, a Range Rover? And I remember going to sadly I went to a funeral, and all my cousins had brand new Mercedes and this and that. I'm like, dang! And here I am in my, you know, 8-year-old Chrysler. At least it was a 300, right?
There you go.
But they had the Mercedes. They had the high-end cars. I didn't, and so, but I just kept at it. I just kept at it. Slight edge, because any habit, positive or negative, will soon have a compounding effect. Any slight increase of discipline or lack of discipline will have a compounding positive effect or a compounding negative effect. So here's what I kept doing, man. I just kept investing time on evenings and weekends. I just kept believing in myself just a little bit more. Just, right? Next day, next year, next month, next season. And next thing you know, man, I've started to run circles around our friends and family instead of showing them and gloating about it. You know, I've said, listen, for the rest of your life, every time we eat, it's on me. Mom and dad, family, every time we get together for Sunday brunch, it's on me. My father just gave me a call. He said, Matt, we want to go to the Philippines. And since I'm 77 years old. Oh, by the way, it's my mom's birthday today. Oh, happy birthday, Mom! It's my mom's birthday today. My mom's birthday is June 7. Yeah. Would you believe my mom's 72?
Holy crap!
My mom
you don't look 72. Right? You look great, Ron.
Right? My mom looks 52.
Yeah.
She looks 22. Yeah. That's my mom. My mom's so beautiful. Just want to wish you a happy birthday, Mom. Love you, Mom. For those of you that know my mom, please pass this message along to her. I'm going to definitely. We're definitely taking her out to dinner tonight. But my mom, they're in their 70s. They want to go to the Philippines. They're not flying coach.
Right.
They're not 13 hours in an upright position. So my dad's asking, Matt, can we borrow some money can we borrow some money to fly business class? I'm like, borrow money? Don't you ever ask to borrow money from me, Dad? Have Mom call Sheena, pick up the credit card, and book whatever flight you want. Why? Because I decided to put the slight edge in 5 years ago, 10 years ago, when I was doubting myself. And if you think you're doubting yourself right now as an entrepreneur, you're doubting yourself right now in the first 1-2 weeks of you making a decision to do something different in your life in the summer 17, don't. Keep adding more discipline. Keep adding more belief. That slight edge. And you start running around competition, and you're going to make your doubters into believers. Kind of like your wife.
Yeah.
Speaking of vacation.
Yes.
Speaking of vacation,
man,
he kept, Juan, just want to let you guys know, Juan kept putting effort in. And I was getting on you a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was getting on Juan a little bit for showing up on time.
Yeah.
Right? For being transparent.
Yes.
And by the way, I have my lack of disciplines too, but I guess the Mexican roots just kept showing through, man. Just kept showing up late for like. It wasn't grossly late. It wasn't grossly late. Like he showed up like a couple minutes late or 5 minutes late.
Yeah.
And because of the high standards of our office, like.
Yeah.
And Juan, instead of being angry, instead of getting butthurt about it, he responded in a very positive way. He started increasing his discipline, and due to that, he's the number 5 personal producer as an insurance agent in PHB agency in the entire country. And he and his wife, we just found out last night, he got awarded with the rest of the company, with the rest of the, I think 35, 40 of us are going.
Yes.
You had to be at a different level of performance to qualify, but he performed at a personal level, all expenses paid trip to an all-inclusive resort to Cancun.
Yeah, man, we're going to Cancun, bro. Woo!
And for those of you who followed us on Snapchat last night, he was yelling in a cigar lounge. For those of you who followed us on Snapchat at My Smart Guy, we might look at it last night. He was yelling in a cigar lounge. People thought we won a poker game, the lottery. Listen, if you were working those daily disciplines like he was doing for the last 5-6 months, this is the reward. Was it worth it?
Absolutely. Absolutely, man.
Was it worth it not to be distracted?
Woo, man.
Come on, son.
There's just a little tiny thing, and if she's watching, hey, what's up, Marta? We were here for Memorial Day. We don't take days off. Memorial Day, it was like, listen, man, I don't know if you guys know what Memorial Day is.
On Monday, everybody's barbecuing.
Yes.
People either barbecuing or bitching. According to Patrick Day, right?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
We were working.
So she said, she posted on my thing, on my Facebook, like, hey, geez, man, it's like, at least take one day off. I mean, it's Memorial Day. I'm like, exactly. This is why,
Take
man.
it easy.
I'm like, there's somebody that paid the ultimate sacrifice for us to have this day off. So what am I gonna do with it? Watch TV, go back to the usual? Absolutely not, man. We're grinding, we're working. And because of that day and multiple days like that, like Sundays and Saturdays and you know, there's no weekends. You're either on or off. So we have a grind to do. We have a lot of people to help, and the results just speak for themselves at the end. We get the word yesterday. It was freaking nuts, and I totally lost all of my cool yesterday at the cigar lounge, man. But it's so damn well worth it. I couldn't sleep last night. It was nuts.
Let's give a quick shout out to all of our fellow MSM friends and family out of PHP agency. Let's give you guys a quick shout out. So congratulations. By the way, Rudy just shot you a message and comment here. Says congratulations to
man. I love you, Rudy. Yes, dog. Let's do it.
So Rudy and Rosie qualified for a Cancun, all expensive Cancun trip. Chris and Evelyn Richardson qualified. Lizette Garcia and Javier Hernandez qualified for this trip. Brittany Pelaez, Tony Martinez, Tommy Clark out of Jacksonville, Florida, and Miami, respectively, qualified for this trip, as well as Jonathan Mason. So we're looking forward to having a toes in the sand picture with you. What do I mean by toes in the sand? what do I mean? What do I mean? When I'm walking around the office with everybody, I'm getting in people's face sometimes, and sometimes I'm not liked in the office. What is a toes? When I say toes in the sand picture, what does that mean?
Means listen, man, this is business. This is for real. He, you know, Matt, he knows what this business has done for him, and he's just looking to share it with somebody. He wants you to see the potential inside you, and when you don't see it right away, you know, sometimes you can get a little distracted, or you might take it easy on yourself. You might give yourself a break. It's like, stop giving yourself a break, right? Let me be a little harder on you. Can I be honest with you? And he'll push you and drive you and get you to the next level. And then when we're in Cancun, when we're in Costa Rica, when we're in, you know, Puerto Vallarta, whatever it might be, why don't we sit there? You know, you got your Bahama Mama and your Pina Colada, right? Your toes in the sand, have a face-to-face conversation with me and tell me how much you don't like me. Man, I'm about to have that conversation with Matt, man. It's gonna be lit up. I've been looking forward to it. I've been waiting for this, and now we're freaking going, baby.
Yeah. Give yourselves a shot, right? Give yourself a shot. Some of you I have the honor of mentoring directly, and some of you I have the honor of having you follow our Facebook or YouTube live video, and I have the opportunity of just mentoring indirectly through these videos. And if you just give yourself a slight edge, you give up a little bit of sacrifices this summer, a little bit of sacrifices on evenings and weekends. Redefine what your evenings and weekends are about, because that's when your competition is sleeping. That's when your competition is casual. And if you decide to invest, I'm just not talking about one weekend or one Friday night. I'm talking about for a consistent period of time. Give yourself that shot. And if you give yourself that shot, you're going to find results like Juan is having, of having an all-expenses paid trip to Cancun, and then you wake up next year, you have $100,000 income. You wake up, you're out of debt. You wake up next year, you're running your business. You wake up next year, you have the option of firing your boss because you're hiring your wife and as operations. You're now the president of your own company. Mm-hmm. Tell me then how much you don't like me. Tell me then how much I rubbed you wrong, that you're more financially independent. Because I want you to have the four freedoms. I want you to have the expression in your life of the four freedoms by applying the slight edge principle. Is number one, I want you to have freedom of time. Number two, I want you to have freedom of money. Number three, I want you to have freedom of relationships. Number four, I want you to have the freedom of purpose. If you find yourself operating in those four freedoms, think about what type of life you're going to have. Think about what type of independence you're going to have when you go to a store and with a credit card. Speaking of credit card, I was just telling Juan this. I just got another credit card in the mail. Yeah. I'm like, what the heck? I didn't realize I just got another credit card in the mail, right? And I'm like, I got another credit card. That's my life. I remember when I had a 450 credit score, right? And hoping that I can go to the ATM and withdraw the minimum amount, which is $20. Pray, can I get $20? And I said, you know what? I'm not going to have that reality anymore. So let's talk about some practicality.
Yep.
Let's talk about some how-tos.
Got it.
So here's my one how-to. I think I gave it away earlier. Yep. But if you want to apply the slight edge in starting to run circles around your competition, and here's the thing about the slight edge, it doesn't provide immediate results. It's going to show up later because you're going to go enter a season. You don't plant a seed, cultivate, and harvest all at the same time. You got to plant the seed, and then cultivate, and then water, and then harvest. Notice how slow that all was.
Yeah.
And I think that's where people are just impatient with themselves. How many people have you seen? I mean, quite frankly, how many people have you seen come through our office, and because they don't get results fast enough, like in a week or a month, they quit?
Yeah. All the time. And it's unfortunate. Okay, I'll give this thing a shot. No, you didn't, man. We saw you for a week. We saw you for a month. We saw you for 3 months. I'm like, no, you didn't.
And is their life any better?
No,
today?
Absolutely not.
A year later, after quitting, is their life any better?
No, you still follow them on Facebook. They're still doing the same old stuff, man. There is nothing great. They had an opportunity to do something, right? They just had to be patient and give themselves that time. It's like it's like being a basketball player, right? Like being in going from college to the pros. You got to give yourself time to develop. It's like, first year you think you're hot stuff or whatever. You're a freshman, sophomore maybe. Like, man, let me just go pro right away. And then it's like, dude, not everybody can be Kobe. You know what I mean? Not everybody can be LeBron. So it's like, give yourself time to develop and really start to learn this business and start taking care of the things and fix the things that you wanted to fix when you first showed up through our doors. And you don't give yourself enough time to do that. You don't get the results in that month or 3 months or whatever. And then we don't see you. And then we see you on Facebook. And I see you.
And you're at your party.
Yeah.
You're learning how to dance salsa really good. Yeah. But you're broke.
Yeah.
You go to vacation on a budget, and you're guilty about it because you go to whatever vacation locally, and you're trying to stay at the Motel 6, and you try to script and scrap, and you have top ramen noodles to eat. You're not enjoying the location you're traveling to. Come on, man. Listen, if you go on vacation, here's my hope, is that you don't develop and build a life that you have to take a vacation. Now, I'm enrolling my twins into this course called etymology. And etymology is a study of words. And vacation comes from a Greek Latin etymology, which comes from the root. Vacation comes from the root word of vacay, vaca. Okay, vaca means to remove. Right? I don't want to live a life where I have to remove myself from my life.
Yeah.
I want to live a life I want to be a part of. That I don't want to remove. I love this. I want you to love your life. I want you to love what you're doing. I want you to love your money, your time, your freedom, your relationships, and your purpose. And so, so that's it. So some practicality. And by the way, let me go check some comments here. I think my mom just dropped a comment. My mom's watching. Let's sing happy birthday. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Mama Ronnie. Happy birthday to you. Love you, Mom. Love you, Mom.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Mom, for believing in me. Thank you, Mom, for when I was gone on deployment, you sent me cards, you put scripture in there. See, my mom was planting seeds. I wasn't a believer in the Lord at the time. But my mom just kept me, hey, just keep praying. What's this prayer? What's the scripture? Jeremiah 29. What are you talking about? Daniel, this one. And next thing you know, she was planting a seed. She was planting a seed. So I love you, Mom, for always planting a seed. Thanks for always believing in me. And thank you, Mom, for being an example of our family. I didn't realize that my mom's line of family, that there's entrepreneurs there.
Yeah.
They own a printing press.
Really?
Yeah, back in the Philippines.
Wow.
Right? Solano Printing Press. It's a province in the country of Manila. So happy birthday, Mom. Happy birthday. So Randy Price says, hallelujah. Tina Purcell says, happy birthday, Mama. That's awesome. Cool. How do I do this? Let me get all comments. How do I make sure all the comments are showing? Because it's streaming, I guess.
Yeah, it keeps scrolling.
It keeps scrolling. Cool. All right, so let's get some practicality.
Yep.
So number one, redefine
Yep.
what you do on evenings and weekends.
Yep.
Because entrepreneurs invest more time. They double down when they know the competition is sleeping. I think we beat that point in the ground pretty well. I hope you guys understand it. So number two, get serious.
Yeah.
Right? Get serious about what you want. Get serious about your family. Get serious about your finances. What part of your business and your life, your decision-making process, did you personally get serious about?
Yeah, for me, I thought not having a boss was like the best thing. One of my things that you keep telling me about, or you give me a hard time, is my time. And you're right. I'm like, man, I've never been a very good employee in that aspect. Like I show up late, right? And so I carried it over here. It's a bad habit, and it compounds. But when I realized, like, why am I doing this? It's not so much about not having a boss so that I can just boss myself, so I can leave myself off the hook. I need to be harder on myself because I am my own boss. So I need to get serious and find the reasons why do I want to be my own boss? Well, I want to be my own boss so that I can have more time, so I can do more things, so that I can actually excel when I want to excel, and not have that thumb over me that tells me you can only work from these hours. Yeah. I want to get serious about the life that I want to provide for my wife and now our twin baby boys. My wife supports me in business. She's the one that told me to have a conversation with Becky because she knew that I didn't want to be an employee at the bank anymore. And now I have to repay her back and just say, you know what, you were not wrong. I promise you, I got you. Let me hustle this out. I'm not the smartest person. I married up. My wife is incredibly
yes, he did.
Incredibly intelligent, beautiful. And I'm like, listen, I'm bringing it home, right? I'm going to perform. I'm going to perform for you, for us, for this life, for the future that I envision, that I see, that I keep casting. And I just found that next level, that next tune. I'll be like, cool. So what do I have to get serious about? I have to get serious about my timing. I have to get serious about books. Like this is awesome.
This is a beast book. You guys got to pick this up, man.
And I not the best reader. I'm not even a fast reader right now. It takes me a long time. So I go back, I highlight, I come back to important things and things like that. But getting serious about my relationship with within the office, like with Matt and with Sheena, and being respectful of their time and the office time, and any time that I have an opportunity to train or be serious about that, because somebody's looking for content, they're looking for value. So I better take it on myself to provide value. So serious in those aspects started to really start changing things, and then becoming a habit in my daily disciplines. So
the slight edge became a habit, a positive habit.
That is correct.
There you go.
Yeah, that's and that habit is now having this compounding effect in something that you can't see from like a million miles away, but but here we are. Now we're going to Cancun. It's a tiny little thing. I know. It's just, but I've never had that happen to me. It's like this is a direct result of you putting your head down and just getting to work and getting to work and all those tiny little things just adding up to one of the big victories, man.
And by the way, Tori, how you doing, Tori? Tori Hargrove says, you guys are giving us our lunch break life. Amen to that. By the way, if you are sharing this video, we keep talking about it, so we might as well give one away. So if you're sharing this video, we would like to send you a free copy of this book. I'll let Juan select. We're going to select here by the time we end the show.
Yeah.
We're going to open up the comment section of who shared this video, and then we'll ask you for your address so we can send you on us a book, the Entrepreneur Book of the Month, which is Relentless by Tim Hargrove. So, a quick promotion break, by the way, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment to our page. We also released the episode 9 of our vlog of Living Money Smart. So if you want to see us outside of this live stream, actually running our business, we just released episode 9 of our vlog, Living Money Smart. How's that?
Dude, the vlog is awesome. Number one, it's a real day to day of the operations of how Matt operates his business, and he'll bring in his key players that are helping him run his office and things like that. But man, it is raw. It's uncut. It's not. If you're ready to know what business is like, and sometimes relationships work out and sometimes they don't, watch this last episode. It's freaking nuts. I think that Matt became a business owner so that he can take crap from anybody in his own office. So that's just a small preview of what's to come. Watch episode 9. It is freaking awesome. I was actually here that day when that happened. That was awesome. That was awesome because you don't. As a business owner, man, you don't take crap from anybody. That's why you became a business owner, right?
And then we went down to Oscar Mike to visit with Noah Courier, who's a disabled Marine veteran. So he started a company called Oscar Mike, which this shirt is printed on through the company. We have a brand partnership agreement with a company called Oscar Mike Clothing. It's 100% American-made apparel. And we want to support entrepreneurship. We obviously want to support a veteran entrepreneur. And when you buy one of these T-shirts, I want you to feel good that number one, you're supporting 100% American jobs, and number two, you're also supporting a disabled veteran, a military veteran, so therefore they can participate in adaptive sports. So therefore they can find ways to compete. We're talking about competition. Yeah. Listen, those guys are looking for the slight edge too as well, and we want to be able to support that too as well. So by the way, we've got a lot of people sharing this. Thank you guys for sharing this. One last how-to point. So number one, you got to redefine what you do on evenings and weekends. Number two, you've got to get serious about what you want. I would add to that point about getting serious what you want. You got to get serious about your thinking, right? Because thoughts become words. Words become actions, right? Actions become destiny. So if you want to be careful of where your destiny is headed, you got to be careful of the actions that you are doing. And then if you want to be careful of the actions you're doing, you got to be careful about the words that you're using. You want to be careful about the words that you're using, you got to be careful about the thinking. So just back engineer it. Because I was around my community with this language we commonly call as brokenese. Yeah. I can't afford it. I can't do it. I'm going to try. I'll see if I can. Those are words of brokenese. See, being serious and getting a slight edge on your competition means you being definitive about your thinking, making confident decisions, even if you slightly doubt a little bit, but you make a confident decision anyway, and you follow through with it. You see? And so you got to be careful about your thinking. So especially when you're talking to your kids, mommy, papi, I want this, I want that, I want this. Awesome. What are you going to do to raise the money to buy that? Like my kids, I was asking them. They go to a very good public high school.
Yep.
And I said, what do the kids at your high school drive? Porsches, BMWs, Range Rovers, right? Yeah. And I'm like, okay, so I said, babe, your father has money, but you're broke.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you a question. What do you want to drive? What do you want to do? So baby, Poppy, I'm just fine with a car. If I can get from point A to point B, fine. I don't need a Mercedes. Oh, pretty good. Well, okay, number one. So she established her baseline. Said, babe, well, why don't you want to get a Porsche? Hey, sweetheart. Hi, baby. You see that? Huh? My wallet? By the way, you want to say hi, sweetheart? Say hi to everybody. See,
Do what you do best. Just take the wallet.
By the way, this is my wife, Sheena Sapaula. This is the Queen Sapo. Right? She actually came in because she wants my wallet. There you go, baby. Whatever you want, baby. Whatever you like. Cool. Hey, that's why we work hard, right?
That's why you
work hard.
That's right.
Right? Makes you feel like a man's. All right. The third thing. You got to put work behind it.
Yeah.
It's one thing to wish. It's one thing to want. It's another thing to do. And most people, and by the way, people that are relentless, it has less to do with talent. It has less to do with your resume. It has less to do with your experience and seniority. It's got everything to do with your action. Right? And because when you act, think about when you first started picking up the phones as an entrepreneur. Was it kind of weird for you picking up the phones?
Yeah, definitely.
You had to learn the script.
Yes.
Right?
How to have a conversation with somebody.
Fast starting people.
Yeah.
Right? It was kind of weird for you.
All of it. Yeah. You're just,
all of it.
Like learning.
You were awkward.
Everything. Yeah, awkward for sure. In the beginning of any one of those steps, it's kind of funny because it's almost like okay, I know what it is. You have to connect with people, so on and so forth. If there's somebody for me to help, I gotta connect with them in the first place. But you're sitting there and they're like, the phone is ringing, and you're almost kind of like, I hope they don't pick up. It's easier for me to talk to a voicemail, leave a voicemail.
Please call me back.
And see if they call you back or whatever.
They don't.
But if they do answer, it's like, oh, there's a live person, and they
spotlight.
Yeah, what do I do? So that's number one. That's a very important how-to. Like, what do you do when you actually have a conversation with somebody?
Right.
What value are you providing to them for us to have that initial meeting, or for you to let me help you, right? And so that's super important.
Yeah, and part of working is skilling up.
Yep.
Because you skilled up.
Yes.
Like what I'm talking about is Juan increased his skill set.
Yeah.
He increased his skill set on the phone. He increased his skill set helping onboard new associates and staff. He increased his skill set when he's meeting with clients for the very first time. Like I would trust, if a client comes in, Matt, I want to do this, I want to do that, I would trust him with our business, right? He's the agent. He's an agent of record. Not the Asian, the agent of record, right? A cousin of mine came in,
Yes.
Leon Ablaya.
Yeah.
So Leon
What's
came
up,
in.
Leon?
Yeah, he just came in and he just got a new job. And so since I'm not licensed and Juan is, he says, "Hey Juan, would you take care of my cousin? Because I know all the products, but you're the one with the licenses, so you were able to put together some products and services that was appropriate for my cousin."
It was appropriate. He now is looking to see what other options he has in there, so he can invest a little bit more, so on and so forth, because now he really understands the product that he has. And it's just number one, thank you for trusting me with your business.
Well, you earned it.
But it's great to just know that all of those little things that we've been working on, that it culminates when something like this happens. That when the spotlight's on you, now you're ready to perform. It's like, Juan, you ready to make that call? No, now I can make a call, no problem.
Right.
Onboard somebody, help out Leon, whatever it is. Now we're doing that, but it's all the work that you put behind it in the past year.
That's it. Cool. So to make your work more enjoyable, increase your skill. When do you increase your skill set? On evenings and weekends, when everybody's sleeping, when everybody's watching House of Cards, whatever series that's out there, Game of Thrones, or Game. I saw a graduation cap. Instead of Game of Thrones, it said Game of Loans. Game of Loans, interest is coming. So
that's awesome.
6 months
and horrible at the same time. That sucks, man.
That's true reality.
Yeah.
You know the crazy thing about us, a slight edge? We've got a lot of 18, 19, 20-year-olds here.
Yes.
We have a lot of 18, 19, 20-year-olds who graduated high school last year, been working with us. And now they're making $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. I'm thinking about Jasmine Mercado out of Rudy and Rosie's office out of Rosemont.
Wow.
She wrote 25,000 points last month.
Personally, herself.
She visited with 10, 12 clients last month. 19 years old. She's 19 years old. Didn't go to college like everybody else was telling her to because she wanted to have a slight edge. And she submits to our process, our system, our training, and she said, you know what? I'm going to prove my doubters by me working. You may not believe in me now. And next thing you know, she made a little over $11,000.
$11,000 in a month.
19 years old.
Yeah.
So, crazy. And then the person that brought you into business, Becky Hedberg, she made $11,500 last month.
Yes, definitely.
And by the way, our payroll last month was $350,000 of people applying this principle right here. And so we may not know each other. Some of you we do, some of you we don't. But if you're watching right now and you say, you know what, I'd love to apply this Slight Edge. I'd love to apply my skill set, my experience into a business, into an industry where I have mentorship, where I have a platform. All I got to do is work. I have to do less thinking. Give us a shout. Drop us a comment, send us a message. If we can't directly help you here in our local area, in the Chicagoland area, we have 42 offices across the country that can. If we can't help you, we like to point you in the right direction with people that we trust and people that we know in our network with Inside PHP Agency. So why do we do this? Let's select the winner for the book.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to go here. We're going to select a winner for the book. Let me refresh our screen.
Right.
And we want to give away a book. And by the way, as this is loading up. By the way, are you excited about our annual convention?
Dude, I'm ready to go.
We have an annual convention in Vegas at Caesar's Palace, August 16th through the 19th.
Yes.
So if you're a brand new entrepreneur with PHP Agency or looking and considering entrepreneurship, give us a shout. Why? Because our guest speakers is an illusionist and mentalist, Frederick Da Silva. Look him up, Frederick Da Silva. Guy's crazy. Shocked our CEO, founder Patrick David. We have a comedian named Maz Jobrani. Hilarious guy. I've been watching some of his YouTube clips. We have to teach us recruiting and attraction and developing a culture is the coach of Kentucky, Coach Calipari.
Yeah.
Coach John Calipari of Kentucky is going to be at a convention to give us. Isn't that crazy?
That's nuts, man.
Right? Obviously, our CEO founder, who's running the #1 YouTube channel for entrepreneurs in the world, is going to be there too as well. And of course, to teach about how to go from good to great, relentless to unstoppable to dominating, is the great one.
Yes.
Wayne Gretzky.
Baby. Yes.
Wayne Gretzky is going to be as a guest speaker. So it's going to be sick. It's going to be sick. And then we've got an after party.
Yes.
We have an after party. Where are we having an after party at, Juan?
At Wayne Newton's house, man, on the Strip in Vegas.
Wayne Newton's house. It's a $70 million house.
Sick.
We are having an after party at a $70 million house, Wayne Newton's house.
Yes.
And then some of our guys are going to be driving there. We got 20 cars for our top guys. Our top performers in the month of June and July are going to be rolling up. They can choose.
Yes.
Ferrari, Lamborghini, Rolls Royce, McLaren, you name it.
Alright.
We're going to be rolling up to this house. Not in Uber.
Not an Uber.
Not in a party bus.
Yeah, man.
But exotic car, man. Remember when we, last year when we drove around in a Lamborghini?
We were in Vegas. We were around in a Lamborghini, man. That thing was awesome. Go back and check out that clip
check
from
out
like
that
a year
video.
ago. But this time,
Listen, by the way, talking about competitors, one of our competitors is going to be, I think, exactly at the same time. We are. They have nowhere close to guest speakers we have. Nowhere close to the guest speakers. And by the way, they're 45,000 people strong than we are. We're this little peanut. We're this company that's going from the survivability, formulation, foundation phase into an explosion phase, and we're competing with those guys. Those guys aren't even in the game anymore. They try to tell you that they're, but they're not. How can I tell? The numbers.
Yeah.
You put our numbers in that company, we're #1. Right? We put our numbers in the another competitors, we're #1. And we're talking about World Financial Group, Transamerica, and Primerica.
Yep.
Right? Pound for pound, we're creating better players in the industry today than in any other time in the history of America.
Yep.
Right? And so, by the way, we would love to debate you on that. And I'm pretty sure they're watching us. And listen, we don't want to compete. We want to complement. But we're also telling you we're backing this up with numbers. And by the way, don't tell me about your big sexy company.
Yeah, that's past and gone.
Don't tell me about the guy that's mentoring you that's been in the industry for 15, 20 years. Because I know with the numbers in the current Leaders Bowl today, they're not in the game. They're not in the game of building brand new entrepreneurs. They're not in that game. And so, and how do I know that? I want to show them my rings real quick.
Yeah.
Right?
We could definitely do that.
All right. So you zoom in. Okay. And by the way, we're about to pick up. Right. So I earned this ring at that company from my wife and I earned that company. This is 2011 to 2014 right here, man. 2011, 2014, made about 200 grand. I get the right mentorship, the right jersey. Boom, right here. Yeah.
Man.
This is a $100,000 income ring. This is a $250,000 income ring. This is a $500,000 income ring. This is a $750,000 income ring, all within 2.5 years. 4 years, this is what we got with that mentoring, with that coaching, with that accountability and lack of a system. But this is what we earned. And by the way, my wife and I, is Sheena still here? Baby, come here, sweetheart. She's between the two of us, she's a licensed one. She's the one seeing a client. By the way, we've seen a huge client this afternoon. But as my wife, thank you for zooming up on that, Kevon. That was pretty slick of you, man. All right, and let's go ahead and pick a winner. Wow, based on the curve, over 40 people.
So you made the announcement and 30 more people shared.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So, matter of fact, I'll let you scroll. Pick a winner.
Gotcha.
Is that? Oh, my wife is in a meeting.
Let's see. Who do I?
Any random person you want to go to.
And the random person.
Pick a,
right, here we go. Right here. I like Melissa.
So Marlissa Odokara.
Yep.
Melissa Odokara. If you are watching us right now, Juan selected you as a winner. We're going to send you this book on us. Melissa Odokara. And I'm not sure exactly where she's from. Let's see if she comes up here.
We're gonna find her.
But we love to send you. We would love to send you this book, Marlissa Odokara, and okay, we'll find out where she's from.
Yeah.
Here in a second. But looks like she's former Navy.
Whoa!
She's former Navy out of
San Diego. Oh, I met her, man. We went to PHPU. Yeah.
Nice. Awesome.
I remember. Melissa, what's up, girl? What's going on?
Awesome.
Awesome.
We're going to send you this book on us. And if you already went out and purchased it, you can give it to one of your teammates. Man, awesome conversation today.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. No, thanks for having me on. It was, man, I'm ready. I'm fired up. I don't know if you noticed, but man, that's a stormtrooper, man. We're going to New Force Awakens in August, baby. We're going to convention.
That's it.
Check us out. Star Wars all day, man. Hey, it's about that new Force Awakening.
That's it, man. By the way, if you are watching this and you sharing this, and you just motivated with your own personal quote, and you want to change your financial life in summer 17, please connect with us. Send us a message. If you're out there lost, you find yourself in the wrong position of entrepreneurship, you're spinning your wheels. Speaking of spinning wheels. Where's that?
You want to see this?
You're like this. You're spinning wheels at your business, right? You're spinning, but you're going nowhere. Please connect with us. We want to make sure it's got traction. Okay, we want to make sure you put your feet where the rubber meets the road. And how do I know that? Juan's a clear example of that right now too as well. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for your comments, and thanks for making the decision to change your life in the summer 17. No distractions. Focus, redefinition, and work. Sounds like a good formula?
That sounds awesome, man.
Juan
Let's do it.
Maldonado,
Let's get to work.
thanks
Thank
for
you,
joining
Matt.
me today.
Let's get to it. Let's go get it.
On behalf of Juan Maldonado, on behalf of the Money Smart Movement team here in Oak Brook, I'm your Money Smart guy, Matt Sapaula. Until we meet again, continue to live smart, continue to love smart, and be money smart today. Thanks, guys. God bless you.
See you guys soon.